Man, this is gonna take forever because I don't think people are on today. Oh, I complain and it happens. Let's go.
Welcome to reality. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Let me get adjusted real quick on everything. Fuck. I'm not adjusted yet. Fuck.
Take care of each other out there.
So guys, if you're coming in on my little bit talking about Monday Night Raw, let me be real with you guys. I want to say this about the YWC, IWC. I want to understand the endless copium people are fucking on when it comes to AEW. I really want to get an understanding. I think people just have amnesia. The last, like, they're like, everything is happening. It's like the end of the world for AEW, and I just don't get it. Wrestling fans are stupid. People are just stupid lately. And it's just, I want to understand the endless copium people are fucking on lately when it comes to the IWC, YWC within the wrestling community, man. People are just dumb. And I just want to get an understanding with that. AEW, like, I'm hearing from people like AEW needs to die. AEW needs this to happen to them. And it's like, do you understand if AEW died tomorrow what you're asking for, right? You're asking for, literally, no joke, a monopoly of WWE again. And then that tells WWE, right? Which a lot of you idiots don't realize. If you don't have another company keeping AEW or WWE honest, you know, we wouldn't have had what we've had. We would have had the same copium that we've had for like almost 20 years. And I will say that, I will say it to all of y'all, like, I was watching a video review of somebody talking about AEW last night while I wasn't feeling good. My IBS was kicking in. And I was just hearing the endless copium people are fucking on. It's like, Tony Khan needs to do this. Tony Khan's a shitty booker. Tony Khan's this. It's like, do you guys realize that he was three-time Booker of the Year, right? According to the dirt sheets, right? Let's start with that. He has the best matches in the last 3 years, and I can name each and every one of them. And I can honestly name the 3 that were in Ring of Honor that were women's matches too. And when they had fans somewhat come back, they had an excellent match with Britt Baker, okay, with Britt Baker and fucking Thunder Rosa, right? That wasn't Tony Khan that was booking, that was somebody else that was booking it. Come on now. We had 2 blood and guts matches where Cody went off the damn cell. Are you fucking kidding? Or Chris Jericho? These same very people have amnesia, man, and are on so much copium, it's not even fucking funny. The first 3 years of AEW's been great. The last 2 have been terrible. Or somewhat terrible, not the greatest. Tony Khan had 4 weeks of good shit to basically have 3 weeks of shit. And I don't know why wrestling fans are acting like fucking Wardlow is like this be-all end-all. Wardlow hasn't done anything great, fantastic. A lot of you guys, oh, Wardlow needs a booking push. Wardlow needs a push. Wardlow's been pushed to the heavens and back, man, and he has done shit. Hasn't looked good. But that falls on Tony Khan. The people he brought in are not needle pushers. It just shows they're not needle pushers. Here's another thing for you that some of you fucking morons on the internet freaking tell me all the time. Oh, what, you know, Tony Khan needs to bring back Rusev? No. Or Miro? No, he don't. What has Rusev done for him outside of not even taking creative plans? You know Tony Khan offered this motherfucker multiple times and still, no offense, still said no to all creative bookings. That's why he's on his ass. And Keith Lee's been hurt and out with illnesses. I love how ignorant AEW wrestling fans are. How dumb wrestling fans are. Everybody's already counting this year to WWE, but we're not even through the whole year yet, ladies and gentlemen. Raw was good last night. It was average. It was an average Raw for me. Like I've been giving Raws B pluses and B minuses and A minuses and B pluses for the last months. But last night was a C show. C show.
30 seconds remaining.
C show. I like the camera angles. I enjoyed what they're doing with those. I enjoy the production value. C show for me. The titles look nice, but that should have been done a while ago. That should have been done. Like, I don't even know why we're getting steamrolled. Yeah, I'm about to go back to playing roll queue because this is garbage. We're getting our asses teed up here on PC. There's a fact on that one. Oh, fuck me. I think our whole team quit out. Yeah, that's game. That's game. Okay, points. But last night, like WWE put on a good show, an average show. They can coast. See, the thing is, they can fucking coast. WWE can coast. Never turn my screen off. Never dim the screen. Never automatically suspend. Nope. No. Off. That's the one thing about Linux I don't like. It's the fact that all these distros do the same shit. They all want to fucking... And I'm not trying to be mean. Look, as far as wrestling goes, I'm not being mean, but I think a lot of people need to take it, like, everybody's acting so gung-ho over AEW failing. And I just find it fucking interesting that a lot of fans are impatient. It's absurd. It's been a week and people are still upset. People are in the fast lane being endless copium, man. It's ridiculous. I think wrestling, and there was a video floating around over the weekend too. That was another thing that I found wild. Tony Khan's that wasn't even a fucking meltdown. You want to see a fucking meltdown? Somebody throwing shit and losing their shit. That ain't Tony Khan. I find it ridiculous. I find wrestling fans ridiculous. I find wrestling fans sometimes on endless copium and fucking stupid. It's so sad. Wrestling fans are ridiculous. And they're the same very people that cry constantly. I have a buddy, right, over the weekend that was trying to troll and wants to say, oh, AEW doesn't have an audience, but my guy, 2 years ago, WWE was going through the same shit. Where were you then? Where were you then in the good times of AEW? What, moaning and groaning? I bought in both companies' video games. There's my fucking allegiance. What allegiance do I have? Name me the company. What allegiance do I have to WWE or AEW? They don't pay my bills. So some of you need to shut the fuck up, in my opinion. I'm sick and tired of hearing about AEW all weekend long. All I've heard is the same shit. Their title belts are not prestigious. Their things are not prestigious. Their women's division's garbage. Blah, 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 this. But you don't watch the shows. These are the same very people that watch the Dynamite constantly and don't watch anything fucking else. That's what I don't understand. Yo, thanks to the Hearts Immortal. I appreciate you, buddy. I just don't get wrestling fans, man. I don't fucking get wrestling fans anymore, man. I really don't. You're welcome, buddy. Sorry, you guys are walking in. I'm doing kind of like a review for my YouTube of wrestling and stuff like that. I'll say last night, Monday Night Raw was pretty damn decent. I'll tell you guys that. And by the way, Rhea Ripley took an injury, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody wants to talk about that one. Everybody's like, I don't know where she got hurt. She got thrown into this, it was the backstage section. It was kind of like Rollins getting pushed by Finn Balor into it. Her shoulder awkwardly turned. So she's probably going to be out needing surgery. And hopefully... So you can only hope, right? You could seriously only hope that she doesn't need surgery for that shoulder injury. And she's not out for months. That's what you can hope for. And here's the thing, I don't want people to think I'm toxic. I don't want people to think I'm an asshole. Trust me. Trust me, I don't want people to think I'm an asshole over AEW shit. I'm not an AEW fucking fanboy either. And I get named that because supposedly I defend AEW. I'm an AEW disciple. I defend AEW. No, I just tell you like it is. Tony Khan last week fucked up, but you know what? Give the man an opportunity to fix what's going on. And I think they were taking strides over the weekend to fucking fix their shit. I think everybody needs to realize Tony Khan's a competitor. Tony Khan wears his heart on the sleeve. I had to hear people saying he plays with action figures to this, that, and the fuck third. How Tony Khan's this, that, and the bud. How I'm just an AEW shield. I defend AEW. No, I'm not defending AEW. I'm just saying, like, guys, calm the fuck down as wrestling fans. Seriously, calm the fuck down. You guys listen to these big names that fucking sit back like JD and fucking roll a narrative, and you fucking all sit here and you sip the copium out your mouth and you fucking believe the shit that's happening in front of you. Guys, it's not that deep either. Last night, WWE was basically a C-average show last night. It was good. Yeah, they put out titles. Yeah, they did the things. But it wasn't like other shows. This was a down show to me. It wasn't like, oh my God, I watched it live. But it wasn't like, oh my God, it's like, they didn't even sell out. You know, it's funny. They didn't announce like the other night that at the Bell Center that they fucking sold out. So to some of these wrestling fans that are out there, man, cool your shit, man. Cool your shit. Take a chill pill. Back the fuck down. And if you didn't know, it was a work with Jack Perry. Well, over the weekend when that fucking riot was happening, the Chicago whatever riot show what they were doing for New Japan, he was there in the back. He was hugging fucking what's his face. Come on now. You don't think this is all not a work? Come on. I knew it was a work from the minute go when they did all this. It's to hype up Jack Perry, to get him up on TV finally. It's tactically stupid, yes, but at the same fucking time, it's the boost AEW there, and it did what it needed to do. It made Jack Perry look like a bitch, but at the same time, it made Jack Perry look like a bitch, yes, but the crowd was eating it up with him. Nobody talks about that shit. It's funny how wrestling fans don't see when they're being worked by AEW. I saw it coming. It's a whole work. He'll be put in the Elite as the scapegoat character. He'll be booed. He'll probably get a title out of it because Tony Khan feels this way. Oh, and here's another thing to you guys. Yes, I agree. Tony Khan needs to do better with the belts. Yes, he needs to do more vignettes. Yes, he needs to do things. I don't like coming on here and acting like this, but over the weekend, I was losing brain cells with people, man. Like, I was about to rant at a friend of mine. Seriously, rant. Within a group chat. Because he was pissing me off. With his boneheadness. Same person that says he wants to do a show with me. But where he at, though? Talks about he needs all this equipment, but he's willing to go and talk all this crap. Sitting on fucking, on social media, bitching. Oh, AEW ref, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, where are you at then? I've been talking about the shows. I talk about all shows. Where are you at? You talk about two shows, WWE and AEW. Where are you at with your TNA? Where are you at with what happened over the weekend with a good New Japan pay-per-view? It don't fucking exist, homie. Sorry, if you guys are walking in on my stream this morning, you guys are walking into me talking wrestling, kind of doing a review for my YouTube channel. A lot of just ridiculousness this over the weekend. Seriously. Like, I get WWE's doing the best shows in the fucking world, and they're out selling stadiums and shit like that and arenas. I get that shit. 100%. But to sit here and say Tony Khan's having a meltdown, no, Tony Khan was trying to keep people in seats. But what he doesn't realize is, what he doesn't understand is when you're doing these 4 fucking hour shows, you're putting mega shows on and you're taping, people don't want to sit there for 4.5 hours in an arena. If you've ever watched wrestling for 4.5 hours, you're fucking exhausted after the 3rd hour. If you're taking your family, you're probably going out to dinner, you've already spent a lot of money, you probably drinking beer, you're probably, if you're eating fucking arena food, you've been sitting there for 3.5. I don't sit unless it's a major pay-per-view. If I'm going there for a TV show, right? For like Raw or SmackDown, even AEW in general, I'm not sitting for 4 hours. Unless it's Wow Me special, I'm getting Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, I'm getting the main people I'm there to fucking watch. If I'm not, and it's just a buku whatever show, and it's a 2-hour waste of, it's a 2 hours, and then plus I gotta drive back. Like, guys, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. And 2, if you've been drinking for a minute and you're a little bit tipsy, you don't want to get behind the wheel drunk out your ass. So you're going to sit around the stadium. You're going to sit around the stadium or the arena for a minute, trying to, you know, drink water and get, you know, get your head clear. That also takes time. Where's my... Yeah, and I know when I'm on one this morning because this weekend, man, wrestling fans, man, we're on endless copium, dude. I have no fucking clue what that was all about this weekend. It's like, Yeah, damn. Wrestling fans need to smarten up, man. It's kind of, I'm losing fucking brain cells in a fucking half. Like Monday Night Raw, like, yeah, I like the camera angles. I like what they did with Sami Zayn. Great. But I thought Sami Zayn should have lost. And then you pull Chad Gable into being a fucking heel for no reason. He didn't need to be heel. It just makes no sense. But people want to talk about how the other company makes no sense with their storylines when you made Chad Gable a heel for no reason. You belt him up. He should have been the one with the title all along. Again, there you go. That's WWE for you. But people will fucking sit and tell me, oh, well, you know, you're just an AEW. No, I'm calling it for what it is. Sami Zayn should have never won that title at Mania anyway. It's the most hokey pokey thing I could have seen. No offense. I gotta look for my fucking flosser. The fuck? Overwatch is truly dead, man. Is it gonna find a match after 6 fucking minutes? Jesus, it finally did. I can't find my thing. Okay. Okay, so we got a more. Excuse me. Oh, right in front of my fucking eyes. Guys, I'm fucking blind. It was right in front of my face.
Lots of sun.
Hello. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Sorry, stream. I had to floss for a second. My bad. What's up, Roddy? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Sorry if you walked in and started hearing me go on about wrestling. I'm talking about Monday Night Raw because I watched it. I was supposed to do a review last night and I started not feeling so great. I had dinner and all of a sudden my stomach was like, the medicine I take for my IBS and everything just did not have it last night. I kind of went to bed, then got up again because I was like not feeling so good. I was supposed to stream yesterday, and that yesterday just turned into a shit day. So I just didn't feel so great. My stomach was just like, bleh.
Feeling better yet? Don't let them move the Paradina Ziter. I require assistance. I have you in tough condition. They've taken the lead.
Your end is within my reach.
The enemy is pushing their barricade.
Yeah, we're getting seriously pushed back. Mora, why did you go after the heal when you can heal yourself? Holy shit, bitch.
I'd better be more careful.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
I'm here to support.
Meet your fate.
Still watching over you. Not to worry, I'll patch you up. Heroes never die. That was some for you.
Back in control.
TS1, move this barricade.
Push! Barricade in motion.
Your team is close.
This ends now.
Why is it running through? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna die. There we go. Jesus Christ.
I am strong and brave.
I'm Dinah Zeiter.
Big speed. Wow. Please get along.
Let me see what I can do. Angel at your shoulder.
I will escort the robot.
Helden sterben nicht. Thank my medical professionalism, Doctor. We can't let them progress.
I don't know why my Mora moved out of my way, man.
I must return to my post. Don't let them move the barricade. Here to help. Treatment ongoing.
Meet your fate.
Heroes never die.
This ends now.
Not on my watch.
Got the robot.
Misery made manifest.
Yeah, Diva was behind me.
The enemy has taken the robot.
Yeah, I'm playing awful today. That's for sure.
Medical technology is truly
Watch out!
extraordinary.
I'm steaming hot!
Taste of poison.
Two-minute warning.
The robots pushing their barricade.
Now this is ethical healing.
Your end is within my
I'm here to support. Topping you up.
Meet your fate.
Nerf this. Get
Our enemy.
Yeah, we just got murdered, all of us on that one side.
making a full recovery.
Band together.
Feeling better yet?
They stole the robot from us.
At your side.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna die. I tried it. But we're so scattered.
My skills are still needed. Freeze! Don't move.
30 seconds remaining.
Wow, I'm actually on fire!
I'm Dinah Zeiser.
10 seconds remaining.
Watch out! I'm steaming hot!
Play of the game.
And I don't even know why WWE, and that was another thing Walt I complained about it, what WWE's doing. They're automatically, no joke, already pulling the trigger. Like, it was another thing I didn't like about WWE last night, why I gave it a C, is like, Rhea Ripley, they're not going to build anybody. They're not going to build or hold the belt until the draft. It just made no sense to me. You're going to give that to somebody to be transitional. And people are like, well, what's her name should not even be in the division. And it's like, okay, you're the same very people that said AEW sucks. And you're going to tell me the same very shit about how Liv Morgan should not even be even remotely close. I just find it wild how wrestling fans are this week, man, alone. I just find it fucking just unreal to me that the same very people are saying, oh, AEW should die, which are wrong. The other one is Tony Khan can't book, but Tony, like, are people having like dementia like Dave Meltzer? I'm wondering, because the last time I checked, AEW was doing well for 3 years, and the last 2, they've been a little bit like this. I guess people don't remember what the good times AEW is, and you got to remember it takes companies 10 years to be viable. Come on, WWE did not become the global juggernaut they are overnight, and it took a long time for them to really, really take off under the Vince McMahon stuff if we're going there. I just don't get wrestling fans in 2024. Like, I must be on a different planet. I must be in a whole different world. I just don't get it. And then I watched the channel over the weekend sit here and talk about how Miro should come back. Miro's been hurt. And every time Tony Khan does something for the fucker, he turns around and goes, I don't want to do that shit. But you're willing to take his money. You should just ask for your fucking release, homie. And Wardlow, they've tried pushing. He is not a needle mover. He is a bust. You think it's gonna get any better in WWE when he can't even move a fucking needle in fucking AEW? I'm sorry. He's not good. Hasn't been good. Keith Lee, been hurt more than being in the company, took money. Well, I'm sorry I'm on one this morning to my audience on YouTube, but you guys are the ones that sit here and I watch these shows. People just Misha Central, dude. Triple H is like he's got a long while to go before I consider him that. If he does well by Survivor Series and all these shows get booked and things happen the way they need to go, sure, I will be with you. He's Booker of the Year. But we could sit back here and Tony Khan could turn it around and we could be having a different conversation. That's what I don't like about people nowadays in 2024. People are so impatient. Unreal. People are already saying, "Oh, it's going to be WCW again. They're gonna lose the company." It's like everybody's like, because of one bad thing, couple things that were a little hokey pokey in the last couple months that Tony Khan has done. You guys are all sitting here counting your cards already. What happens if AEW does well and turns it around? What conversation are we fucking having? Which one? Love how wrestling fans are nowadays. Are willing to be turncoats the minute the fucking shit goes south. These are the same very people that were sitting and talking shit about WWE. It's funny to me. It's wild. And you got big names in the YouTube community. You got big names in the YouTube community sitting and talking their shit. One just lost his show. with the best thing he had. And sitting and crying and says, oh, I don't go on Twitter to look for that shit. I don't go on Twitter to look for that shit. Yeah, you do, homie. Homie, you're full of shit. We all know in this community you're full of shit because you spread a narrative. And then you want to say you're gonna just lose another co-host. This is just temporary. I'd rather see your other co-host go do his own thing. I'd rather go see him do his own thing personally. Because you know what? He comes off better to me. I find the endless copium with people this weekend, man. Over AEW, WWE, absurd. Absolutely. I was fist palming half of the time. What are we doing in 2024? Unreal wrestling. Unreal. It's fucking unreal, man. Wrestling fans impatient. I watched people writing like these stats on writing these on these whiteboards, right? I saw some of these YouTube channels going into depth about AEW, but are you just striking 3 years of AEW? Like, you just striking that off? Like, let's forget about 2019. Let's forget about 2020, 2021, 2022. Fuck it. Fuck it. They're not a company. They just started. Ha ha. Let's forget it. I remember the matches. Oh, and by the way, talking about Cody, somebody mentioned Cody was botched in AEW. No, he was the motherfucker that turned around and said, I don't want a fucking title shot. I don't want the heavyweight title because I'm an EV fucking P and I don't want that shit. That falls on him. Then when he wanted it at the end, we got to go to WWE. Come on. I love the wrestling community. I like the IWC, YWC when it's stupid. Yes, I'm with the IWC and the YWC on the idea of, Tony Khan's got to get better. Yes, he's got to book better. Yeah, he's got to make his titles prestigious. Yes, he needs to market his wrestlers better when they do come in from bigger promotions. True, you're right. You're absolutely right. But to say that, oh, he's a shitty fucking booker and all he is an action figure lover and get fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. 3 years he was putting on great television. We were all praising the goddamn shit. Same very people now turncoating, going over and going, well, WWE's better. Okay, so when companies do shit, right? When companies do fucking shit, you just turn your back. Those are some fake people. You're not real fans then. I didn't turn my back on ECW. I didn't turn my back on WCW. I watched. Even when they were garbage, I watched. Absolutely absurd. Crazy to me. Wild. Last night, WWE put on a fucking average show for a change. Still kicked ass and chewed bubblegum. Chad Gable was good. I thought the new tag team belts were pretty sweet. They're kind of paying homage to the old belts, and that's great. Now, are they going to have undisputed belts on SmackDown? I'm assuming that's where they're going to have 2 different sets of belts. I think that'll be perfect. Rhea Ripley, I think they're forcing that whole storyline after that. I know she's hurt. You give that belt to Nia Jax, or you give that to Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is not 100% staying with the company. Drew McIntyre, that's already good for. It's like he has one foot in the door and he doesn't. I just have a funny feeling he's gonna hold out and he's gonna be a free agent and he's gonna play both sides so he can get a huge deal with WWE. That's all that's about. Same with AJ Styles. AJ Styles talking about retirement, but it's funny to me all of a sudden he's talking about, oh, I may test the waters. Okay, dude, you're trying to get money. You want a bigger fucking contract. What conversation are we having? I love how wrestling fans are, man. On Monday, Wednesday, it's like everybody has amnesia, man. Unreal, dude. As a I've been a wrestling fan forever and a day. Half of my life I have. And I've never seen the stupidity that I have seen in the IWC, YWC, and even some of my friends that talk wrestling have been so stupid. It's absolutely absurd. And then they go on X or whatever and they want to believe what they want to believe. Somebody puts a title at Tony Khan has a meltdown, and I fucking watch that shit, and it's like, Tony Khan's not having a fucking meltdown. I feel insulted as a person that watched that. I felt like I was losing brain cells. People just looked like they were tired, and I think Tony Khan, what he needs to do is make his shows separate and have those brand splits. That's what he needs to do. He kind of needs to do what WWE's doing, and he should turn Rampage into a traveling show as a 2-hour show and have his own set of roster for that show. Honestly, Rampage should be their NXT. Ring of Honor should be their separate promotion altogether, but you know, hey, what do I know? People get upset over the fact that there's too many titles, but if you go look at WWE, they're talking about introducing an intercontinental belt eventually to WWE for the women's side. And also they're adding a North American belt. So Tony Khan has too many belts, but WWE's introducing 3 or 4 more belts? Okay. Okay, but it's okay when they do it, but when AEW does it, it's wrong? And Chris Jericho, right? It hasn't worked. Chris Jericho has not been a needle mover for AEW since he's been there. He hasn't been. That's a fact. He needs to stop putting over wrestling talent. He keeps saying on his podcast that he wants to put people over. Well, stop putting people over. That's all he's been doing. He's been putting over talent. He tried to put over Wardlow. It didn't work. He got MJF over, but MJF was getting himself over. He's trying to put Hook over. Hook's about ready to leave the door. Coming soon. I see that one coming. I'm not trying to rip things apart, but it's the truth. And then we have people like, I don't understand. Here's another thing what I don't understand about the wrestling, IWC, YWC, right? Here's another thing I don't understand. Why do we have brain dead reviewers? Why do we have brain dead reviewers that sit there and react to things that are brain dead? And I've seen some pretty bad brain dead fucking reaction content. But some people that review this shit on YouTube are brain dead. And then sit there, and then when they watch it, they're finally going, oh, well, you know, and it's like, okay, all right. They should take their fucking review card away from them because they're awful. They're in the trash can. They're in the toilet bowl. Tell me when I'm telling lies. And I watch the same very people that sit back, right? This weekend, this is what I saw. I saw people throwing a fit on X over these 2 gentlemen that called it quits.
Arriving at Conceal. 2 minutes.
That show's not gonna survive without that other dude. I'm telling you now, it won't.
Don't worry, I'll be
I'm not trying to be mean, but it's kind of a fact. And these AEW people that are these haters that hate, let me be real with you. You're gonna look stupid when AEW does thrive and succeed. Well, if they turn it around, what are you gonna say then? What are you gonna say then? That women's division, half of their talent's hurt. Britt Baker's got a devastating injury. Soraya's been out with injury. That's the problem with AEW. You wonder where half of your stars are. Half of them are hurt. MJF suffering with 3 different injuries. Let's just call for what it is. He's got 3 different injuries, a displaced hip. He had to have surgery on his torn labrum. Nobody talks about this shit, man. And you want this guy to come back and haul ass. I'd rather him be healthy. 100%. He was carrying your division. He's gonna make his money no matter what. And I think he's signing an extension with AEW. Why would you pass that kind of money? Why would you pass that buku money? And when the numbers come out, we're gonna have a different conversation.
Medical technology is truly extraordinary.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And I think Seth and Becky are just holding out, and all these people that they keep claiming. There's articles coming out already claiming that WWE's trying everything in their power to keep these people pleased. But it just looks like these people that are ready to be free agents, Sheamus, fucking, they're gonna play. You don't think they're not gonna play the game of, I'm gonna see who can offer me the most money and why? You don't think they're not gonna sit there and want Tony Khan's fucking wallet? You don't think Becky Lynch is not looking, oh hey man, I can get 12 million over here? I could fucking go over here and do something different and make 12 mil? Oh, I can go get John Moxley money and not have to work as hard? You know, like, people don't realize this. I was listening to an interview with AJ Styles on Chris Van Vliet, right? And he was talking about his body. And then he wants to do less dates. If he's gonna continue to wrestle, he's gonna do less dates. And retire on his terms. I just find it hilarious how wrestling fans just don't see what they want to see. They want to see bullshit. That's what they want to see. And they turn around and they want to complain the next minute when the company goes bad. They want to turn their backs, but they're the same very people that were sitting in groves fucking wanting an alternative. So you weren't really a fan, you were just wanting the alternative. That's the pathetic part. And I was watching this guy that had a whiteboard with like 5 names on it. Wardlow. Wardlow's not a needle pusher. That's not Tony Khan booking. When he's had an opportunity and looked like a dominant force, he doesn't look believable. When you have thrown him talent, the only match I've seen him actually wrestle in over the years, he has a devastating F5. When he was on the indie scene, he had a devastating F7, F5. Like, the Machine Brian Cage, right? He never uses it. They treat him like he's a fucking Batista 5.0. But again, Chad Gable, I don't understand that last night. I didn't get that at all. You had him lose just to turn heel. That's a boneheaded move. And then you're trying to... I just don't understand. You're going to have somebody hold this women's belt. You don't have the roster on Monday Night Raw right now, and I've been saying this for 3 fucking weeks. But, again, Triple H is the Booker of the Year, right? It's Triple H era, right? I'll keep it in a buck here. You don't have that women's division like that. Who are you going to bring over from Smack? Who are they going to trade? You going to bring Jay Cargill over there? That's greener than shit still? Come on now. Who are you going to bring? You going to call up a Roxanne Perez? Indy Hartwell, what has she done except job out? You going to put her in you're going to have a 4-way match next week? Have Becky Lynch. It's going to be Becky Lynch probably. Nia Jax.
Don't worry.
Liv Morgan. In Indy, probably. Candice LeRae's not even ready for that moment. I'll fall over in my chair if they give it to her. And it'll be Nia Jax winning that title. You watch.
So let's give it to
They don't have anybody. Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch lost at Mania. You're going to give her that title now? She looked weak going in.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Look alive out there.
Topping you up.
These are the same very people that say Tony Khan can't book, but WWE just booked them into a fucking pigeonhole situation. And then, Chad Gable, you turn heel. Okay. Okay. That's a good idea, according to somebody. He should have won the title at Mania instead. You just wasted my time. You just gave... Sami Zayn is basically a transitional Intercontinental Champion, and you just exposed yourself. And he's not believable either in the ring. Let me tell you guys something. He's not believable. He's not believable. His shit's weak.
Checking in.
I'm gonna hold my knee, kayfabe injury. Urgh, my ankle now. Oh, 5 minutes later, my ankle. Yeah, you're okay. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. You've been trying to get Sami Zayn over for the longest, man. And it's not worked. In this run, like, yeah, he was in his hometown. Great, cool.
The enemy's got a turret.
It just didn't look good to me last night at all. It made Sami Zayn look weak, and then it made Chad Gable look stupid turning heel, honestly, personally. What I'd rather see is Chad Gable win the belt, and then them have it, then the other thing you guys would bring up to me, well, if you have Chad Gable win it, don't you have him lose at Payback? Or sorry, Backlash?
Making a full recovery.
No, you have him continue to win. Because what did Sami Zayn do in there to beat Gunther? Gunther didn't need to lose like that either. Gunther should have retained. I said that all along. Gunther should have retained. You did the right thing in the Drew McIntyre shit. You're doing the right thing now with him. He's doing the best work of his life. You should pay him big money. Because you're potentially, I'm gonna tell you, if you do not sign this man, this man's gonna walk out your company. And I really want to hear from Drew McIntyre. I want to hear from him if he does take free agency and he does look at his options across the board in the next 6 weeks, and he does go over to the other side. Let's say he does. Then my question is, what led you to that point? Was it the fact that WWE was so hesitant to sign you, or was it about the money that you weren't getting? Because then that makes sense to me. If you think your net worth, if you think your stock value is bigger, okay, all right, I'm with that. Okay. I'm for it. It's like I feel about Seth. When Seth gets held up and healthy and his knee gets healthy and everything and he gets back in shape and, probably is going to need rehab his knee for a while or take surgery. I hope he gets a good deal from WWE, and I hope his wife does too. Now, Sheamus I could see in AEW. Seriously, I could see Sheamus coming back, doing what Edge does, finish out when he needs to finish out, and then going over to AEW. I could see that happening hardcore in the paint. Some people don't want to hear that from me, but I could damn well see that.
Medical technology is truly extraordinary.
But pretty much that's my review on Raw. Technically speaking, that was my review. Honestly, Raw was good. Raw was good at some moments. I thought Priest, did what his part was. I think he's going to be breaking off from the Judgment Day because they're going to pull that trigger sooner than later. I thought there was going to be some stuff happening with the Bloodline. I did like the aggression from Drew McIntyre breaking the screen. You could tell that screen was a dummy screen, though. You could tell that it was fake. He broke that shit immediately. TVs just don't break that quick like that. Nia Jax's promo was damn damn great. I think Nia Jax coming in on her own. The Uncle Howdy stuff this week was pretty sweet. I wish I would have clicked that barcode because it would have sent you to a website. Like I said, it was an average Raw. It wasn't the best Raw in the world, but it got the job done for me. See, there's no competition from AEW at this point. Right now, the way the people see their eyes see it, it's back where we used to be, where it's WWE and nothing at all. But for people to sit back and go AEW hasn't done anything in 3 years is absolutely absurd to me. I find that shit absolutely absurd.
Objectives mine. What's everyone else?
You guys forget a great Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa match. Some of you forget about some of those blood and gut starting those first ever matches. Chris Jericho going off of the basically the War Game cell was great. Some of the stuff with Orange Cassidy and Jericho was great. Some of the early tag team stuff was great. SCU, Kenny and Hangman, the Jericho Crew stuff, the starting out Ricky Stark stuff, early FTR. Like, come on. I think a lot of people I think people are sleeping at the wheel when it comes to talking wrestling sometimes, and I don't understand that. People are like batting an eye. Dustin, Cody. It's not all been bad in AEW, and I don't know why people. Yeah, I agree. Jade Cargill was botched, but she was never an AEW lifer. I knew she was never gonna be. She's succeeding over in WWE, and that's one talent that honestly she's not ready for a title, but because of the circumstance, you might as put her over on Raw and have her win it. I think it's too early. Maybe you put a Bianca Belair there. Maybe Io Sky. Maybe you put, you're gonna need some people because who are you putting in that spot? Nia Jax that lost. But anyway, I'm gonna end it here on. I'm pretty much giving it a 6, 7. I think 7.75. I think that's fair about I think it's fair about WWE this week, as far as Monday Night Raw goes. I'm not gonna go into every single thing. Michael Cole. I thought it was a little hokey pokey with R-Truth. I really wish they would just bring R-Truth back to being R-Truth. I don't like this stupidity, brain cell losing R-Truth where he doesn't know where he's at and he's got amnesia. I'm over it. It's funny at first. It's not funny anymore to me. You got new titles. I wanted to see him like react better than he did personally, but that's just me. And Cody doing the same shit that he's done. Like, there's nothing different. He was basically, it was WWE light promo from him. Wasn't anything special. That's what I found interesting last night. That's why I kind of gave it a C. I'm like, oh, they're just coasting. They don't have any competition. They can coast. Here's the thing. They can start coasting now. They have no competition. Monday Night Raw is in its own category now to me. Same with SmackDown. Until AEW steps up, they're not going to really, like, even if AEW did step up, they're not going to have that big views like that. They never did. Throughout the lifetime of AEW, they've not pulled more than 1.5 million. 1.5 if you're lucky. I don't know why people were like, for a minute there, they were going to overtake WWE, but that was under Vince McMahon regime, It wasn't anything special. WWE could coast now. Triple H could sit and take his W right now. And they didn't even sell out either. Everything with WWE right now is a lot better. I think Tony Khan needs to sit down in like a media room with people, right? With his people and see the difference in quality. And just build off of it. And Tony Khan discussed possibilities of doing a, like, I guarantee they'll squash this shit to make big business moves. You don't think WWE and AEW won't work together? You don't think AEW doesn't want to make money? They want to make hella money. I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean or anything. Yeah, the YouTube side, I'm gonna end it here. You guys have a great day on the YouTube side. I'm kind of getting tired. I just wanted to do a quick stream today. I just want to get through the, see how many more levels I can get, and I'm gonna take a quick nap and come back. But thank you guys on the YouTube side for stopping in. I'll see you guys. We'll probably play some Clone Hero once this battle pass ends in the next hour.